Support for this program is provided in part by Fresno Unified School District and Chick-fil-A Fashion Fair.
From McLane Stadium in central Fresno, this is high school football on CMAC. Tonight is the Highlanders of McLane High School against the Torres from Matilda Torres High School in Madera. And Coach Fred Clark along with Dan Taylor, and this should be some kind of ball game tonight. McLane coming in undefeated, and an ever-improving Torres team at 1-4.
Yes, Dan, this is going to be a real contrast of styles. McLane has got a lot of speed, explosiveness. The Torres are going to want to keep the ball on the ground, pound the best they can, make the game ugly, hope for some turnovers and some breaks, which they're really going to need to stay in tonight's game.
It's homecoming here at McLane Stadium. The Highlanders, as you see, running onto the field. A lot of enthusiasm on their side of the stadium tonight. Big band in the section and creating a lot of noise. They have had homecoming festivities prior to the start of things here, as the classes have been doing some of their skits just over at the 50-yard line across the way, and this is going to be a fun night of football.
Yeah, a real festive crowd tonight, and McLane's band is making some noise.
We're going to pause now for the playing of our national anthem.
To the west end of McLane Stadium, where the American flag flies high tonight, as our very own McLane Highlander marching band and drumline. Our very own McLane Highlander marching band and drumline in just a few seconds will be performing our national anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem performed tonight by our very own McLane.
Well, we've had the toss of the coin, playing of the national anthem, and we're ready for football here on the artificial turf at McLane Stadium. for the undefeated Highlanders attempt to go 6-0, and it has been a long time since a McLane team has been undefeated at the midway point in the season.
Yeah, Dan, we were talking about that a little before the game. If the Highlanders prevail tonight, that will bring up a showdown with Roosevelt next Thursday. Roosevelt is unbeaten at 6-0, and neither of us can recall the last time McLane and Roosevelt have both been undefeated at this stage of the season.
And I look back at the 72 or 73 Highlanders that went undefeated. The first team to go undefeated in the NYL, or in over a 10-game schedule. So Torres set to kick off. McLane on the receiving end here to get things open here in the first half.
The Highlanders have taken it to the house a couple of times on kickoffs this season. The Torres, being well aware of that, I expect to see a very short kick.
For the opening kickoff.
Juju Scott deep to receive the kickoff for the Highlanders. And the Highlanders, both on special teams and on offense, have got some weapons and some electricity in them. Taken to the 30 by one of the upmen. Gets across the 40-yard line where the Highlanders will start their first offensive possession from their own 42-yard line. And we're going to get to see one of the more exciting young players here in the area, Vern Lacey, their quarterback, only a sophomore, 5'11", 170. Terrific throwing arm, good quickness. And the feeling is, as he continues to progress over the next couple of years, he could be one very exciting player.
A major weapon even at this time, being a young sophomore. He's one of these, the more he learns, he's going to be able to do it all.
Damari Banks, the running back number 22, carries the ball, gets the bulk of the carries for the Highlanders. Simon, one of the wideouts, number 2, getting the majority of their catches. A couple of receivers, 3 receivers actually to the left. Slot receiver goes in motion. That's Scott. They're going to keep it on the ground. And it might pick up 1, maybe 2.
Well, the Toros would enjoy this type of game if McLane wants to try and play power on them, which isn't going to happen. The Torres game plan, they like to play it tough. And 2 years ago, they went to the state finals in Division 4, I believe it was. And that was a tough physical football team. This is a younger team with 10 sophomores on the varsity, and they're really looking ahead to the future.
Quick hitter across midfield, down close to the first down marker, and may well be a first down for the Highlanders.
One of McLane's weaknesses the last couple of years that they've really worked on in the weight room is getting a little bit more depth on the line, and they have 10 men that can play both ways. And last year's what really hurt them during the playoffs is not having a lot of depth on the line. When you have guys going both ways the entire game, it really can wear you down starting about the middle of the third quarter.
But there's a lot of that on both of these teams, Fred. A lot of two-way players. Numbers dictate that. Both of these squads still under 30 this year.
30 men on each team. But
so
they both have good JV teams. We saw them play to a 14-14 tie earlier. And McLane has more on their JV team than I've seen in the last 20 years.
First and 10 now for the Highlanders from the Torres 47-yard line. Lacey calling the signals. Oh, big shot up the middle, and he's got another first down to about the 37-yard line.
Big hole opened up.
Damari Banks on the run.
Banks was able to get through quickly, almost broke that.
That's another McLane Highlanders first down. Zachariah Granados, one of the tacklers for the Toros.
So first and 10 Highlanders from the Torres 37-yard line.
Ball on the 37.
3 receivers to the near side. Lacey, they're going to keep it on the ground once again. Good pursuit at that point by the Toros.
The Toros did a pretty good job on that play, too. They're so worried about McLane's speed on the passing game. They've been putting 7 deep, or, well, I shouldn't say 7 deep, but 7 back. They're trying to nullify that a little bit. It's a numbers game.
No gain on that last play. Brings up second down 10 for the Highlanders. Lacey looking to throw the football. He's got a receiver, but it's deflected and falls incomplete.
Yeah, who was open briefly? Ball just took a little bit too long to get there. Right now we have a pretty good wind blowing out of the north. Temperature right now is going down. It's 64 degrees. Probably our coolest night in Fresno this football season at this stage.
Well, it's feeling like football season finally.
I like it. Well, all weather's football season, Dan.
3rd and 10 for the Highlanders. Big play for them here. Again, they're going to go to the air. Lacey airs it out, overthrows a receiver who had to go up for it, unable to bring it down, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
Lacey looking for Demetrius Simon, incomplete.
You'll be seeing the Highlanders going for it. It's 4th and 10, but they're not going to be punting inside of Torres territory. That's not going to happen.
However, we saw in the pregame, they've got a terrific kicker.
They certainly do. He's hitting them from 45 yards, and earlier against Sunnyside, this is the best McLane kicking game we've had in a number of years, where you can put it into the end zone or near the end zone on a kickoff and rid us of those horrendous pooch kicks.
So 4th and 10. Highlanders need to get the ball down to the Torres 27 to extend this drive. Lacey going up. Pass incomplete, and that's going to turn it over on downs to Torres. Good play call.
Lacey looking for Simon, incomplete.
Simon had his man beat by about a yard, but the Torres defense, they're doubling up the best they can and still trying to get a little bit of pressure on. That's going to be a big boost for the Toros, playing 3 minutes and 5 seconds in. They've got decent field position. They couldn't have asked for a better way to start the game.
So one of the unique things about this game tonight, we are seeing a varsity football game with 2 sophomores as the starting quarterbacks. Nathaniel Pichardo, a 6-foot sophomore wearing number 9. Short run to the right side. Not sure that it gained anything.
Looked like a lot of action, but if he gained anything, it was negligible.
No gain on the play, 2nd down.
And I do not look for the Toros to be challenging McLane's very talented defensive backfield.
Trey right. Trey right. They're motioning. Now it's doubles.
Garcia going in motion, one of their top receivers thus far on the season. Pichardo looking for him. Dumps it off to Adame.
Nathaniel Pichardo completes to Jonathan Molina. Flag on the play.
That's the best passing game that Torres can go to tonight. It's just that short game underneath. Keep the clock moving.
Holding on the offense, number 58. 10 yards from the previous spot. 2nd down.
Holding penalty.
Abel Ariano called for the hold, one of the big offensive linemen there for the Toros. Ball will be marched back.
It's a repeat of 2nd down.
To the 27-yard line. That's going to make it 2nd down and 20. Pichardo, 3 receivers to the near side, to his left. Pichardo going to the air over the middle. Intercepted by the Highlanders. He's got plenty of running room. He's at the 20. He's now at the 10. Into the end zone for the touchdown, McLane.
Touchdown! Highlanders! Sergio Hapwinde with a pick 6 to the house.
Well, you make a mistake like that. This is, I'm not going to say cataclysmic, but the Toros put themselves in a bad position with that holding penalty. And when they have to go to pass against, again, this very speedy and talented McLane defensive backfield, good things are not going to happen.
So a great break for the Highlanders. Take the pick 6 on in for the touchdown. And the extra point is good.
Extra point is up.
So the Highlanders quickly out.
7:37 left in the
midway
first.
through the first quarter on a intercepted pass run all the way back in.
Yet to score.
And McLane on top 7-0 here over Torres in the first quarter.
Well, Dan, they had one running play, 3 pass plays, and for their trouble they got a holding penalty and a pick 6. Good lesson to learn.
Their fundraiser at their snack bar on the away side. It is McLane High leadership.
Teaching opportunities down on the sideline. Some of the players involved in that last play for the Toros having individual discussions with their position coaches.
Right away.
And I don't imagine those are very pleasant.
For your Highlanders.
But as you said, a teaching moment. Dan, I'm going to take this quick opportunity after the kickoff to identify our officiating team out on the field, which is rather redundant.
And that ball is going to bounce at about the 1 into the end zone and out.
Kickoff is into the end
for a
zone
touchback that'll bring it on out.
Well, Dan, the referee tonight is Anthony Garcia. The umpire, Tony Robertson. The head linesman is John Escalante. Line judge is David Marshall. The back judge, Kyle Frederick.
A great job they do. Over the years, there have been challenges trying to encourage people to become officials. And it is something that if you love football and you've had an involvement with a game, it's a great way to stay involved in the game. And these officials do a terrific job.
More on that in a moment.
Quick hitter up the middle. Might pick up a yard at most.
One of the things we see now, we have a lot of younger officials now. And it's not an easy position to do. You're going to take abuse. You have to have some thick skin. But if you love the game, it's a way to really stay in. We have so many former players that are officials now, and it's good to see them, 10 years after their playing career is over, down on the field. A fun gig.
Bob Kayajanian has done a terrific job of recruiting new officials, and there was a point in time where he would hold barbecues in the spring and summer and try to encourage former players at Fresno State and Fresno City College to stay involved with the game by taking up officiating.
And they've also relaxed a lot of the standards and, welcomed themselves into the 21st century. Before, tattoos were frowned on. You couldn't have facial hair, and all of that's gone by the wayside, and I certainly applaud that.
So the first down gives the Toros first and 10 from their own 33-yard line. Right behind the gap off left tackle as they pick up about 5. Pushing it out to the 37.
And
on the carry.
This is Toros football when Joe Marquez is the head coach at Fresno High. Very successful at that time. I'm sure they wish they had him back right now. This was his trademark of physical football, and he's taken that up to Torres, and they're going to be the trademark as long as he's there.
Stick with the same play. And getting a little added push up right around the first down marker, and I think the spot is going to give it to him right at the 45-yard line.
Ball carrier. Plan of Highlanders on the stop. It's a Torres first down.
That Torres offensive line, once they got a little bit of a push, that's when they really feel it. And your offensive linemen, they love the running game because they can be in attack mode instead of defense mode.
1st and 10 from the 45 of the Toros. They're going to keep it on the ground. This is not going to produce very much at all.
Adame on the carry. One of your Highlander tacklers, Brody Contreras.
Windy night here, as you mentioned earlier, Fred. Haven't seen weather like this thus far in the football season, but it's a nice change.
And I like this here at McLane Stadium. We don't have any foggy or dirty windows getting in our way. It's just the elements coming right in.
They'll keep it on the ground. Bottled up right at the line of scrimmage. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Jordan Guzman on the carry.
And the Highlanders are really stacking it now. They pretty much know what they're going to do. And when you stack the box with 8, it does make it a tough run. But for the Toros, the alternative is not very good. Got to keep trying to pound it.
Third down and 8 from the 47-yard line. Toros need to get it down to the McLane 45 for a first down. They're going to go to the air. He's got a man over the middle, and he just winged it behind him. So now a 4th down play.
They just waited a little bit too long to pull the trigger on that. It was still going to be a tough catch. He was going to get hit as soon as he brought the ball in, and the Torres now are going to have to punt it away.
Fabian Magdaleno on to punt.
Fabian Magdaleno back to punt this football away.
And we have a couple of speed burners. This punt needs to be low and on the ground. Make it bounce. Don't put it up to you. That's not what I meant.
I was going to say, were you talking about the snap or were you talking about the kick?
I was talking about the kick. It didn't quite work out that way. Not a good kick, but
punt travels out of bounds right at the 35.
Those two speed burners McLane had back there, it's probably not the worst thing that could have happened.
One more time. Remember, stick around for halftime. We will be
so the ball going back to the Highlanders, already up 7-0 here. 3 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter of play from McLane Stadium. This homecoming night game. Glad you've joined us here on CMAC.
Don't miss out.
Fresno Unified football this year. McLane, Roosevelt, the two schools that appear to be the cream of the crop this year. And we have seen the building that Andrew Pencotti has done here at McLane over the last few years, and now they're reaping the benefits. Undefeated at the midway point.
Oh, no doubt. McLane just did not experience much success in this century. And Coach Pancotti, he came on, and it's been a slow build, but they've gotten a little bit better each season. And last year they really turned the corner, and this year they're doing some major damage.
Pick up a 5 on first down, brings up 2nd and 5. They have to get the ball across the 40, close to the 46-yard line to get a first down. Keep this drive going. Quick out. Block was missed, but they're going to get some yardage out of this and up near the first down line. Juju Scott, the receiver on that play.
Good for a McLane Highlander.
Well, you talk about McLane's success, and of course the Al Rose coached teams back in the early 70s. Excellent teams. Larry Mucker leaving the program, going on to play at Arizona State and with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then in the 90s, you had those great teams that Chuck Toasty coached here.
Oh, man. Yeah, he had things rolling there too, but all things came to an end, and then things slowly slowly went downhill, and for the first time a couple of weeks ago was McLane's first victory over Sunnyside ever.
Keeping the ball on the ground. May have picked up a yard at most. The defense drove him back, but they'll always mark the forward progress.
Sunnyside's pretty much owned the NYL the last 10 years, and both McLane and Roosevelt have defeated Sunnyside this season, so it's all going to come down to that game next week.
Well, you just saw Roosevelt, and you were impressed.
Roosevelt looks good. They play angry, and on defense they just fly to the ball, and they got some athletes. It's going to be a great game between them and the Highlanders next week.
Second down, 9. Lacey, the sophomore quarterback, barking out the signals. Rolling left, tough throw for a quarterback. Zings it, got his man down to the 35. First down, Highlanders.
And with that speed, you're going to find a man open. If Lacey has the time, he's going to find somebody open.
That was a very tough throw. Rolling to his left, and then dipping down sidearm to zing it to his receiver.
And that Demetrius Simon, he's always going to get open. He has got some speed and some talent. They want him in the open space.
First and 10 from the 36-yard line. Lacey moving his linemen around. Quick toss complete down to the 25. The impressive part of that play, Fred, is that Torres blitzed from the far side, and he picked up on it quickly, rolled to his right to get away from pressure, and found the open receiver for yet another first down.
And right away, he read that and bought himself the time.
Impressive drive, now takes the ball down to the Torres 26-yard line and a first down. Just 41 seconds remaining here in the first quarter of play. Quick hitter. It's going to pick up about 5 yards.
Good coverage there, too. He had two men draped all over him.
He just threw a dart.
Lacey's pass is complete to Simon. Trio of totals on the stop. Second down.
I think that is going to be the last play of the quarter.
Clock with 2 seconds, 1 second. That's going to do it. The horn sounds, and that's the end of the first quarter. Highlanders leading the Toros 7-0 on the pick six, the interception. So the offense is certainly in position now to add to that. After the pause, it'll come back 2nd and 5 from the Torres 21-yard line.
I can see if we have any exciting things going along around the valley.
Pizzas, nachos, hot Cheetos with cheese, cup noodle soup, and candy. Also remember, you can contribute to the McLane Highlander Boys Soccer Fundraiser right there at the snack bar. On the away side, McLane High leadership has got ice cold water, sodas, and Gatorades. Nachos.
So across the way, as you see, the Highlanders gathered around their coaches, the offensive unit gathered around their coaches out on the field. Below us, the Torres.
Last but not least, don't forget, on the home Highlander side, we have not only the Highlander,
the Toros as they make that march up the sideline. But for McLane so far tonight, the second drive is the best we've seen of the offense thus far in the game. For the defense is the ones that put the points on the board.
Yeah, that pick six, and now that surprisingly fast-moving first quarter. But the Highlanders right now, they can really open things up a little bit, because the Toros are trying to stop the pass. It's going to open up the running game, and they need to make a break. They need a break badly.
Play to resume. Teams up at the line of scrimmage here. 2nd and 5. Lacey's going to go to the air. He's got several receivers. He's got one wide open to the end zone. Touchdown. So 5 seconds into the second quarter. And the 27-yard scoring toss extends the Highlander lead now to 13-0.
And Lacey made himself, really gave himself time. He had no pressure whatsoever, and he finds a wide open man. I believe it was
Scott.
Yeah, Julian Scott. And all he had to do was look the ball in. There was nobody close.
And the extra point makes it a 14-0 Highlander lead.
11:55 left in the first half. It's your McLane Highlanders 14.
So McLane up 14-0 and looking very impressive.
Yeah, that last drive, they just went right through the Torres defense, and Torres is really going to have to get things together, because no matter what they do, McLane has an answer for it. And when you have the athleticism and the speed,
you're not going to want to miss it. It's going to be a good one.
Could be a long night, and we have had plenty of those. And hopefully the Toros here can, the last time they had the ball, they were able to get a first down and take a little bit of time off the clock, and they have to keep doing that. They have to just keep trying to pound and open things up a little bit with their running game. They're not going to be able to pass on the Highlanders, so they're going to have to up the running game up a little bit, try a few things a little bit different. We'll see if it happens.
For the second time of the night, kickoff going into the end zone. This one landing at the goal line and rolling back through the end zone, something we have not seen much of in high school football the last few years.
No, and here in the NYL, I've been very critical of the kicking game, and I will continue to do so, because when you see, and I'm not even talking about elite teams. We have teams, and I'm going to bring up Minarets again. I think I did last week. That's a D5 or D6 school, and they have one of the best kicking games that I've seen in the last several years. It takes the time and the discipline to do it, but any school can do that. And McLane, having a kicker that can put it in the end zone, that's a tremendous weapon.
Snap fumbled on the ground. Quarterback just dives. No, the ball's still loose, and it looks like it has rolled all the way back to about the 3-yard line.
He dove on it, and it's like he bounced off of the ball.
Recovered by Alfredo Diaz.
Yes, off of Pichardo's chest.
Second down.
Diaz managed to recover it, but that's a good, healthy loss of about 17 yards. No, they're going to say a loss of 14 yards, and it'll make it second down and 24.
Yeah, when things start going bad, it can avalanche quickly.
Hey, tell Pitts, watch that tight end.
Well, Joe Marquez said to you they could not afford to make mistakes. Going to the air. Quick toss. A little bubble screen, and it's completed, but only going to take it out to about the 10-yard line, well short of a first down. And that's going to bring up a good third and probably 19 yards. 10:37 to go here in the second quarter from McLane Stadium on this homecoming game between the McLane Highlanders and the Torres Toros.
And yet when you have these 3rd and 19, when you have the good coverage Highlanders have, and then you can just have your front line tee off, forget about the run, and go after the quarterback right now. It's going to be a tough position here. Toros are going to take a timeout and talk about this.
Indeed, the Toros taking a timeout.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention, please.
Tough situation, 3rd and 19.
Each respective side, please stay on their side's snack bar. Once again, if you are on the away side, please check out the away side snack bar.
Dan, this is a very tough position for a coach to be in. You call a timeout, you want to get your guys, okay, we don't want to We don't want to turn the ball over. We don't want to make a major mistake, and we need 19 yards for the first down. Any questions?
A lot of spirit tonight. The band across the way up and playing, and good turnout by the fans here for McLane's homecoming night. And administrators will tell you that a good football season can do a lot for the campus throughout the year. It can set a great tone for enthusiasm and class spirit, and certainly we're seeing that tonight.
Well, last night at the Roosevelt Sunnyside game, Roosevelt had a good festive crowd even on a rather damp night. And to counter that, Fresno High and Hoover, there were probably 30 people on the Fresno High side in that game down at Sunnyside last night.
Receiver in motion. 3 to the near side. Pichardo. Flushed from the pocket. Scrambling. Intercepted. Picked off by the Highlanders. They are giving it to him. It was a tightrope act on that sideline, but the officials say yes. So the second interception of the night for the Highlanders. Then this should put the ball at about the 32-yard line.
And when you look at it, probably not the worst play that the Toros could have had. An incomplete pass and then a punt out of their own end zone.
Well, and given the punt we saw and the bad snap and the poor punt the last time they punted, this might be a better result.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it any easier for the defense to look at this situation they're staring at now. 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. 10:03 to go here in the second quarter. Glad you're with us here on CMAC. McLane up 14-0 on Torres. Quarterback keeping it around the far end. Nobody's going to get him until he's picked up about 4 yards. So nice gain by Lacey.
Yeah, Lacey did a good job pulling that ball out. Pulled it out, took off. I thought he was going to get a bigger gain when he initially got past that line of scrimmage. He's got some wheels on him. Good job by the Toros limiting him to 4 or 5 yards on that.
You get a feeling that's a play we could see called a bit more tonight.
And in the future.
Lacey going to go to the air. Flushed from the pocket. He's got some pressure. Trying to steer clear, and he's going to tuck it and run, and he's going to get about 3-4 more yards. Might be about 3 shy of the first down as the third down play comes up.
His elusiveness bought himself time on several occasions, forever looking for that open man, but he bought himself some time. I like to see that.
Very impressive, and only a sophomore.
And I'm impressed you're one of the few persons that I know that uses the term sophomore correct. Most of us just say sophomore and leave out the O. I've meant to compliment you on that before years ago, and I never have, so there you go.
3 receivers to the near side. Lacey fires, got his man, first down.
Lacey's pass. This completes the assignment.
Making the comment that Toros need to get more pressure on Lacey doesn't even need to be said. They're trying to bring some heat. He's just elusive.
Well, he does a good job of picking up where the pressure's coming from and making the adaptations.
No doubt.
1st and 10. Lacey. And it's complete. Evades the tacklers, and now he's switched sides, come all the way around, and he's picked up close to 10.
It's one of the more entertaining plays we're going to see this season.
If we've got the replay on that, you need to see it to believe it.
Yeah, it looked like he was clearly stopped, and when he's being tossed to the ground, kept his balance, ran another 30 yards, and gained 8. Here we go.
Take a look at this as he manages to Knees never touched, so he's still up and live. Reverses to the opposite side before he's brought down.
Oh, that was nice.
2nd down and 1. Lacey fires over the head of his intended receiver, incomplete.
That's a tough pass to complete when you're running to your left, throwing against the grain. He saw his open man. He thought he could make the play. He had first down yardage if you wanted to pull the ball down, but say you learn from mistakes. Nice to have that option.
Third down and 1. 6 minutes, 48 seconds to go here in this second quarter, where McLane High leads it 14-0, and they're knocking at the door for more. Ball resting on the 8-yard line. Lacey gives it to the back. They've got the first down.
Banks on the run. And it's a chain mover. And another McLane Highlanders. First down. First and goal.
DeMaria Banks is not big at 5'5" and 155, but he hits the holes fast, hits them hard. He doesn't go down easy.
Came in the Highlanders' leading rusher. He's had an impressive first 5 games. And McLane with a first and goal from the 4-yard line. Lobs it up. Receiver leaps, but unable to haul it in.
I could make a little bit of an argument for maybe some pass interference on that, but it was not called. Well, he was Jordan Garcia, 5'7" junior, and he was giving away a good half foot. That makes more than a little bit of a difference.
Second and goal from the 4. 6:01 remaining until halftime. Lacey rolling, throwing. Pass incomplete.
That was a good breakup by Serrano there. Got his hand in just at the last minute.
Lacey looking for Juju. Incomplete. Third and goal.
A little surprised, as close as it is, we didn't just see a blast or two on the line. I think we'll see it this time.
Highlanders up at the line, third and goal from the 4. Deflected at the last second by the Toros.
Lacey looking for Banks.
Tried to get that off quick, but the defender was able to close and knock that ball away. Brings up a 4th down.
And that was Alfredo Diaz, just went over and got his hand in at the last minute.
And even though they have a tremendous kicker, they are going to go for it.
Well, I think the Highlanders just figured that, and rightfully so, they can score just about at any time down here. And I'm surprised we still haven't seen a running play.
And we're not going to. Toss dropped in the end zone. So the Highlanders do not come away with any points on that drive.
Well,
Lacey's pass is incomplete. Turnover on downs.
I'm seldom speechless, but when you
That's true.
you got my back on that one. When you only have 3 yards to go, you have those weapons. You've just been moving the ball, and I know these plays are being called in from the sidelines, but I mean, you have a weapon like Lacey, keep the ball in his hands a little bit more. Sorry, Coach.
So the Toros take over, but not in a really good spot to start a drive. They're at their own 4-yard line, trying to run it out, and they might have picked up a yard or two.
Angelo Adame, the ball carrier. Wrapped up by Demetrius Simon. Second down.
Yeah, you're right. There wasn't a heck of a lot to be gained on that, but the Toros do not want to, get too desperate, make a big mistake down here.
As we have seen
earlier
earlier in this game. 5:14 till halftime. 14-0 McLane. They're going to keep it on the ground. Might have picked up a yard or two.
Adame, the ball carrier. Ripped up one more time. Get loud, Highlander.
They need to get the ball out to about the 15-yard line. It's still going to be 3rd and 8.
Well, my call on this, take as much time off the clock. Right before you get signaled, you quick kick. McLane has no safety back there. You're going to buy yourself an extra 20 yards.
I like the idea.
Don't count on it happening here.
Double tight.
Third and 8. Ball on the 6-yard line.
Double tight, but they're just tight receivers.
Pichardo looking for a receiver. Pressure coming from behind, and he overthrows his man.
Yep, that's
Penalty flag comes out.
Pichardo looking for Garcia.
That's going to be a personal foul for hitting a helpless receiver or defenseless receiver. No, or pass interference. I thought the ball was well past him.
The call will be levied against your McLane Highlander defense.
It's going to be a big break for the Toros. Going to give them first down.
What's he supposed to do? Let him catch it?
Illegal contact on the defense. 15 yards, previous spot. Result will be a first down.
Hey, G is good. It's good. It's covered. That's good.
It is an automatic first down for the Torres Toros offense.
So the penalty gives a first down to the Toros, which the ball at the 33-yard line, or the 23-yard line. Just bullying his way up to about the 28.
Nice football scrum on that one.
Adame, the ball carrier.
So bring up a 2nd and 3 for
Multiple Highlanders
the Toros.
bring him down. Second down.
There's the O-line. Their back did a terrific job of just continuing to keep the legs churning and to continue that push. 3:26 remaining here until halftime. And that is not going to get much of anything at all. Bring up a big third down.
Oh, McLane had a lot of hats on that.
Adame on the carry. Hakuinde and friends on the stop.
Was a big defensive surge on McLane's right side.
Inside of 3 minutes until halftime. Toros attempting to get something going here, but on 3rd and 3, their backs are against the wall. They're down 14-0. And they dodged a bullet when McLane was unable to score on 4th and goal from the 4-yard line.
And there was nowhere to go on there. McLane really had that sniffed out. They probably had 6 guys within a few yards of the ball.
And on comes the punt team, Magdaleno, to boot it away. And the Highlanders have a very dangerous return team.
Yes, they do.
Back deep for McLane.
Simon, the near returner. Scott at the top of your screen. Question is whether the ball will get to either of them. Low snap. Magdaleno's got it away.
Oh, man, he's got a lot of room if he picks it up right now.
And he is going to do just that. He's at the 40, cuts across, now to the 30. He's got plenty of room. He's going to reach the end zone easily. Cuts across, touchdown Highlanders.
Touchdown Highlanders! Demetrius Simon through the house.
There's
for the score.
I think there's a whistle going on.
Something's going on. The officials are having a discussion over there. There you see Demetrius Simon picking that ball up.
It's coming back.
It appears you're right. Penalty flag is across the way just in front of the McLane bench at the 40-yard line. Now, what happened over there, I have no idea because that's so far away from anything that took place in that play.
It's 40 yards away from the play. And, Dan, that just was a disaster from the time the punter picked it up. It looked like the Torres only had 4 guys on the field.
Hey, if that's a good judgment, it's for blocking somebody who doesn't need to be blocked.
The call is holding against your Highlander return team. That will negate the touchdown, wiped off the board.
Yeah, you see this happen and time again, some penalty that has absolutely nothing to do with the play. And coaches talk about this all the time, you know. Do not do anything away from the play like that. It's just
But then my
Holding
question is,
on the return team. The hold occurred during the kick. We will enforce it from the end of the kick. First down, McLane.
Oh, what a break the Toros got on that.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
Well, no, I think it's the moot point now since they've explained that it occurred during the kick as opposed to during the run back.
Yeah.
But looking at where the flag was dropped way over on the opposite 40-yard line, the thought was if that's where the penalty occurred, it had nothing to do with the play, so why is it a penalty?
Yeah.
But first and 10 for the Highlanders. 1:47 remaining. A dart across the middle of the field. Complete. Dodging tacklers to the 48, 49-yard line before he is hauled down. But a first down for the Highlanders.
Combo tackle by Garcia and Granados.
That was Juju Scott again.
For a McLane Highlander. First down.
Not easy to tackle.
Ball on.
Again, not a huge young man at 5'9" and 155, but he is shifty and speedy.
Another first down for the Highlanders. As they're making this look very, very easy. Deep ball. Caught at the 30-yard line.
Right between 2 men.
Lacey completes.
Eric Bravo with a catch. Let it come right into the breadbasket. Hold it in. First down.
Brought down by Jordan Garcia.
And you often see passes like that dropped, even though it was right there, because you have people around you. Sometimes you get
timeout on the
confused
field.
and get screened.
Offense, McLane.
So we've got 59 seconds left here until halftime. And McLane takes a timeout. They want to maximize what remaining time they have, the remaining opportunity they have to try and punch it in for 6 more points.
Yeah, the Highlanders have totally controlled this game. Be a big boost for the Torres if they could go in only down 14-0 now. They really have got to make another big defensive stand.
Royalty, festivity. It's going to be a good one. Make sure you don't miss it.
Because we're certainly looking at a game that could very easily be 28-0 right now.
Easily. A couple of scores here. Out at Buchanan, Clovis East has a 21-7 lead over Clovis West. And a game that few people know about right now, unbeaten Alpa and unbeaten Layton. 8-man schools. Layton leads 14-12 at the half. Both those teams come in at 5-0.
Well, everybody knows about that now.
They do now.
Good job.
I've been following the Alpa Buffaloes all season.
That's great. That's great. 1st and 10 from the 22. 59 seconds left in the half. Lacey looking for a receiver.
Got room, got men open.
Got a man in the end zone. Touchdown, McLane.
Touchdown, Highlander!
He had 3 men he could have passed to.
Lacey, complete.
He picked the right one.
Harris, 4. Let's score.
Kamani Harris, the receiver in the end zone, as
Lopez
Lacey throws his
out of the hole.
second touchdown pass of the night. It's 20-0. And with the extra point, can they make it an even 21? And indeed they do. So an impressive TD toss caps a very impressive drive.
51 seconds left in the first half. It's your McLane Highlanders.
On that extra point, something we hadn't seen out of the Highlanders that's very refreshing this year is the extra points have been seamless. Perfect snap, perfect hold, perfect kick. Takes the time, and these are the little things that really make a difference. Kicking the ball into the end zone and knowing if the game's on the line and you have the ball at the 20 or 30 yard line, you can kick that field goal. And the Highlanders have that confidence now.
Jesus Lopez kicking off for your McLane Highlanders. Angelo Adame. Jordan Guzman.
So Lopez will kick it off from the far hash mark at the 40-yard line. We've seen him put it in the end zone already tonight. This one is going to be fielded at about the 2-yard line. Looking for a hole, doesn't find one, and he is bottled up at the 28.
And doesn't that beat a pooch kick? Sure does.
So 43 seconds remain here in the first half. The Highlanders
Nick Ibarra and company bring him down.
pushing their lead to 21-0, and then, as you see there on the return, no holes opening up. And the Toros will begin
Toros offense will
this
start their next
possession
drive
from
their
their 23-yard line. Quick pass to the near side. Jaden Corona brought down.
Each out of those passes complete to Corona.
Helmet pops
Simon,
off.
Jaron
He's
Scott
going to have to
combined
sit
for
this
the
next
tackle.
play out.
Second out.
30 seconds left. Clock continues to run. 25.
The Toros are in no hurry. I just expect a very basic run play now. They don't want to make another mistake and get themselves further into the hole. I think they're going to be content just going into the locker room down 21-0.
Indeed. On the run play to the far side. And 2-1, and that's going to end the first half of play. So the run play, as you surmise, Fred, wraps it up. And halftime is upon us with the McLane Highlanders sitting on a very comfortable and very impressive 21-0 lead over the Matilda Torres High School Toros from up in Madera.
Yet to score. Folks, make sure to
And the Highlanders looking to continue their dominance this season here in the North Yosemite League. A very impressive showing thus far.
And the Highlanders right now, this is their 6th game of the season. They've given up 24 points. And not bad.
And we want to talk about their offense being explosive and having some flashy players, but the defense has really done the job.
They've really shut the Toros down, and they pretty much know what the Toros' game plan is. It's not a big secret. You've got to play to your strengths, and their strength is their pounding running game. The Highlanders know they're really not going to beat them on the pass, so they can put 8 guys in the box and slow that down. And really, the Toros are in a really tough position. You know, you put it in the air, we saw the pick 6. We've seen 2 intercepted passes, so that kind of tells you this isn't going to work. Let's not go to the air. Maybe we can try a few things on the ground that we haven't tried yet that might work. I'm sure they've worked on numerous counters, misdirections, things that are going to keep the clock moving. And this is, if they're going to keep it from really becoming a rout, they're going to have to go to this, because they're not going to be able to tighten things up with the passing game.
They are a young team, but they are improving week after week. And I think that's what they're going to look for in the second half, is continuing to make those forward steps. So 21-0 score here from McLane Stadium at halftime. We're going to send it back to the studio and be back with you in a few minutes with more exciting football on CMAC.
You are what you litter. Coffee cups, cigarette butts, food wrappers, soda cans. Litterheads are a major problem. But we all have a choice. Don't be a litterhead. One vision, one mission, one Fresno.
Together, we can beautify Fresno. Find out how at beautifyfresno.org.
What I love about CMAC is that they provide me with the knowledge,
the equipment, the space to express myself,
to amplify my voice,
to share my story, my story.
My story. Go to cmac.tv/mystory to learn more.
A community garden, it brings so much more than we even envisioned that it would bring. This is Yosemite Village Community Garden and Urban Farm Incubator Program. This front part of the garden is the community garden. So there are spaces that community members can come out and check out for them to grow food for their own families. If they need coaching or they need help on what to plant in season or get access to seeds, we also help them do that. The other half of the property in the back, we have a farm incubator program where we work with farmers to give them a ½ acre of land so that they can start developing their own business plans. They can start farming and getting used to like farming at a little bit larger scale. Our farmer Miguel has been working in farm work labor for over 10 years, and he had not had the opportunity to start his own business or to get the opportunity to manage his own operation. But he really has a passion for agriculture, and so that this is what he hopes to be doing full time.
You guys want to go for a walk?
We also go into the classrooms and teach in the classrooms, and then also bring kids from schools to the garden to learn here. We have volunteer days every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So if someone wants to start gardening and they don't feel like they know how to do it, or they're not comfortable with getting a garden space yet, but they want to learn, they can always come and join us during those times. Or if you're a future farmer looking for some space and some training and guidance, we have that program here too.
You may have noticed new symbols on the road. These are sharrows, or shared lane markings. They can be found in the through travel lane or the right turn lane. But what do they mean? Sharrows indicate a shared lane environment for bicycles and cars where a bike lane is not possible. For drivers, this means to be on the lookout for cyclists in the lane, and to only pass cyclists in a safe manner for everyone on the road. For cyclists, this means you are allowed to ride in the full lane and should avoid the door zone of parked cars. For sharrows in the right turn lane, cyclists are allowed to continue straight through the intersection. Sharing the road is easy. Learn more at fresno.gov/BPAC.
We are the California Teaching Fellows Foundation, and we want next generation leaders like you to help us positively impact the lives of 40,000 K-12 youth. We hire and train over 2,000 college students to run high-quality morning and after-school programs, all while getting paid. As a teaching fellow, you will be a coach, a teacher, and a positive role model. College students, you don't want to miss this. Apply online and join Teaching Fellows today.
Today, nearly 1 million people in the United States are living with Parkinson's disease. My husband Mel is one of those people. I'm Patty, his wife and care partner. Early signs of Parkinson's can be subtle: a tremor in your hand, stiffness in your body, short shuffling steps when you walk. Know the signs and how to spot them in yourself or someone you love, and know what to do next. Early diagnosis and expert care can help manage symptoms and improve the quality of life for a person with Parkinson's. The Parkinson's Foundation is here for you. Learn more about the early signs and discover the free resources available for people with Parkinson's and those who love them at parkinson.org. Find answers and join us in the fight against Parkinson's.
Live production is different because you don't have that leniency of saying, oh, we'll just go back and edit it. What you see is what the audience is going to see.
It's hard at first because you don't really know what to do, but it's definitely easy to catch on. I mean, you learn pretty quickly. I mean, the people around here are very helpful. It's a team effort, so everyone kind of learns a little bit of everything just from watching and doing.
When I show up to a live CMAC production, I know for a fact that I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to learn new skills. I'm going to get better at the skills that I already know. Overall, I'm just going to come out of it better than I was before.
On this type of production, team means not only like having a leader there, but also having friends, like multiple friends. Everybody's willing to help you out and listen. The staff at CMAC is really supportive and helpful, and they're also just really friendly in general and really welcoming.
Live production is unique because you really only get one shot. You don't get a do-over like in normal stuff with like sets and all that kind of stuff. It's really just like go, go, go.
The Fresno Fuego, first place in the Southwestern Division, and coming off a road trip that went about as perfect as you could get.
I love video production because of all of the hard work and like determination that it takes, because a lot of people, they're like, oh, I want to go into video production, but they don't really understand that it's actually more work than setting up a camera and pressing record.
I like working under pressure because it really motivates me to get things done. My job as a technical director is to push buttons when the director tells me to, and that will bring things onto the screen, like bugs or different camera cuts.
I get a lot of the celebrations of the players when they finally make that goal. I get a lot of the corner kicks. I get a lot of like just the on-the-field action that kind of allows the viewer to actually be inside the actual game itself. I love video production because to me it seems like it's one giant puzzle that just needs to be solved.
The first time that I saw my replays on air, I felt sort of a sense of accomplishment because I knew that that was me.
Can't get it, left foot from Blanco, but it's finally in! The attack continues!
And just knowing that I was able to do that and have it look good, it just makes me feel really good.
Before I came into live production, I had never done anything that was a live shoot at all. You know, now I'm able to pull cables and run cameras and set up like all these other different things. The entire thing is a learning experience. So if you have no experience to begin with, you're gonna come out learning something new, and you're gonna enjoy doing it.
To me, CMAC is really a community. I've met a lot of people, like a lot of great people that I think I will still be in contact with after this. Like, if I need to work on something, you still know someone that is interested in the same thing as you are. I will never forget this experience.
We all love the same thing, which is just creating media in general. Overall, it's just a very interesting experience, and it's awesome.
Give it a shot because you might end up belonging there more than you think you do.
Fresno is building newer, safer bike lanes across the city. These protected cycle tracks provide a physical barrier between the bike lane and motor vehicle traffic, creating a safer cycling zone. These cycle tracks will instill confidence in riders, yet everyone on the road is still required to obey all traffic laws. Cyclists should still ride responsibly and exercise caution when riding in the protected lanes. For motorists, this means that the roads you've been driving on may be changing. Be on the lookout for new parking, driveway, and intersection changes. For residents and tenants on these changing roads, be aware that mail, trash, and parking locations may move as well. Fresno is excited to provide diverse transportation options to our residents. Sharing the road is easy. Learn more at fresno.gov/BPAC.
One of the key goals of the project, Clean Shared Mobility Network, is to try and provide benefits to disadvantaged communities. In Fresno, that's Southwest, so that's our project area. We have a network of charging stations that we're installing throughout the disadvantaged communities. To date, so far, most of them have gone into Fresno Housing Authority sites, and we still are evaluating other sites, and we're getting recommendations and suggestions on where to site future charging stations. There's the car sharing. That program, it allows people, it's based on an app, and it allows people to basically rent a car for short periods of time. And those are typically people that don't even have a car. They're all electric, so that helps with the environment. The bike sharing works in a similar fashion where you have an app and you can rent the bikes. The battery here is swappable. It allows us to station the bikes anywhere. The bike, as well as all of the equipment, is GPS and geocoded, so we know where the bikes are at. We're going to stagger the deployment. We're not putting all 200 bikes out at once, especially in the beginning. Then we have an electric medical van that are ADA compliant, and so they can transport to medical facilities. It's a 5-year project. The step that we're at now is deploying the vehicles. We plan on doing that this fall. So once we've deployed the vehicles, then we go through a process of dynamic review. So we'll see where they're being used and not used so that we can relocate the vehicles where they're most efficient. What's really unique is how we've combined car sharing, bike sharing, van pool, all into one program. That's pretty much what's unique about our project.
Why did the chicken cross the road? I don't know either, but now they can cross in any direction at pedestrian scrambles. Pedestrian scrambles are intersections that allow pedestrians to cross in every direction, including diagonally. These intersections make this possible by having an exclusive pedestrian phase in the traffic lights. To use a scramble as a pedestrian, press the walk button when you arrive at an intersection and wait for the current green light cycle to complete. When the walk signal lights up, cross in any direction of the intersection. Drivers and cyclists should continue to focus on traffic signals and only proceed when the traffic lights are green. Sharing the road is easy. Learn more at fresno.gov/BPAC.
What I love about CMAC is that they provide me with the knowledge,
the equipment, the space to express myself,
to amplify my voice,
to share my story.
My story.
my story. Go to cmac.tv/mystory to learn more.
In Southwest Fresno, it's just been this barren land forever. And trees are a representation that not only life is becoming involved into that particular area, but that there's a sense of care for people in that area. Now, the object itself may be small as a tree or as a small seed, but the symbolism of what it is, it's huge, because if you water that seed and if you water that tree, it grows into something that's huge.
All total, this project planted over 405 trees in Southwest Fresno, and it's just really made a lot of improvement in the area. This was part of the Southwest Urban Expansion Project as part of the TCC grant. You know, it was just specifically identified for this region that's underserved, some of the poorest air quality in the area. It really benefits the residents here, but it also benefits the businesses in the area. It benefits the air quality. So it's really a regional benefit, more so than just right here on this particular street. We're reconstructing the irrigation to modern irrigation systems that are drought tolerant. We're making sure that we're planting the correct tree in the correct place and the trees that are going to thrive in this environment.
All right, we're going to put a little dirt in.
It may seem small to others, but it's huge because of what it represents. It represents new beginning, a new beginning that one day will become a life change for so many people, especially in an area that's disenfranchised. There's transformation that's happening, and it's happening because of projects like this. So we're grateful for it. We can't wait to finally have some Kool-Aid under the shade.
You may have noticed new traffic signals on the road. These are pedestrian-activated signals, or HAWKs. These signals make it safer for pedestrians to cross busy streets. How are HAWKs different from conventional traffic signals? These are found in locations where children are likely to cross the street. Unlike green, yellow, red signals, the HAWK is only operational when activated by a pedestrian. When the lights are off, drivers may proceed with caution. When activated, the yellow light will flash, warning drivers to slow down. Then, the yellow light will turn solid, telling drivers to prepare to stop. The two solid red lights will tell drivers to stop completely for the pedestrians. Then the red lights will flash to let drivers know they can proceed with caution. The signal will then go dark until activated by the next pedestrian. When the walk symbol lights up and it is safe to do so, pedestrians can cross. Always look both ways before crossing. Sharing the road is easy. Learn more at fresno.gov/BPAC.
You are what you litter. Coffee cups, cigarette butts, food wrappers, soda cans. Litterheads are a major problem. But we all have a choice. Don't be a litterhead. One vision, one mission, one Fresno.
Together, we can beautify Fresno. Find out how at beautifyfresno.org.
What I love about CMAC is that they provide me with the knowledge,
the equipment, the space to express myself,
to amplify my voice,
to share my story. My story.
My story. Go to cmac.tv/mystory to learn more.
A community garden, it brings so much more than we even envisioned that it would bring. This is the Yosemite Village Community Garden and Urban Farm Incubator Program. This front part of the garden is the community garden. So there are spaces that community members can come out and check out for them to grow food for their own families. If they need coaching or they need help on what to plant in season or get access to seeds, we also help them do that. The other half of the property in the back, we have a farm incubator program where we work with farmers to give them a half acre of land so that they can start developing their own business plans. They can start farming and getting used to like farming at a little bit larger scale. Our farmer Miguel has been working in farm work labor for over 10 years, and he had not had the opportunity to start his own business or to get the opportunity to manage his own operation. But he really has a passion for agriculture, and so that this is what he hopes to be doing full time.
You guys want to go for a walk?
We also go into the classrooms and teach in the classrooms, and then also bring kids from schools to the garden to learn here. We have volunteer days every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So if someone wants to start gardening and they don't feel like they know how to do it, or they're not comfortable with getting a garden space yet, but they want to learn, they can always come and join us during those times. Or if you're a future farmer looking for some space and some training and guidance, we have that program here too.
You may have noticed new symbols on the road. These are sharrows, or shared lane markings. They can be found in the through travel lane or the right turn lane. But what do they mean? Sharrows indicate a shared lane environment for bicycles and cars where a bike lane is not possible. For drivers, this means to be on the lookout for cyclists in the lane, and to only pass cyclists in a safe manner for everyone on the road. For cyclists, this means you are allowed to ride in the full lane and should avoid the door zone of parked cars. For sharrows in the right turn lane, cyclists are allowed to continue straight through the intersection. Sharing the road is easy. Learn more at fresno.gov/BPAC.
We are the California Teaching Fellows Foundation, and we want next generation leaders like you to help us positively impact the lives of 40,000 K through 12 youth. We hire and train over 2,000 college students to run high-quality morning and after-school programs, all while getting
BSU, HOSA.
Welcome back to McLane Stadium here in Central Fresno. High school football on CMAC, where tonight the host McLane Highlanders on this homecoming night sit on a 21-0 lead over the Matilda Torres High School Toros from Madera. And Fred, very impressive first half from the McLane Highlanders.
It certainly is. The Highlanders are really starting to fire, and you know the Toros are down 21-0, but they're not giving the game up easy. They're still playing hard. Their strength is their lines, and as you said earlier, you know, a learning experience. Just get a little bit better every game, and they will learn a lot tonight.
Jesus Lopez boots this one a line drive that skips past the Torres deep man. And big question being shouted from the coaches here in the box was, hey, did that return man touch it? No, he didn't, but the ball landed dead in the end zone. Third time tonight that has happened tonight.
And I enjoy that type of kickoff too. Line drives, get a bounce to it, goes into the end zone. If you do try to field a line drive, you're really going to have some problems with it.
But Fred, let's share with the viewers the best performance we have seen so far tonight. Nobody really got to see it because it took place at halftime, and it was nothing to do with homecoming or any of the class skits or performances. It was Jesus Lopez, the McLane kicker, booting them from 50 and 55 yards out.
And this is unheard of for McLane. And
for anybody in this area in high school football. I go back to a young man named Chris Jones at Edison a number of years ago who was just outstanding. You go way, way back, Joe Cooper at Bullard, who ended up kicking in the NFL for the Oilers and Giants. But, wow.
Jones there at Edison, it was a 57-yard field goal he kicked.
He was very, very impressive. Not a bad baseball player either. As right out of the gate,
Michado's pass is complete to Guzman.
Jordan Guzman on the receiving end there of the Pichardo pass.
Second down.
Second and about 8. He took down one of the equipment managers when he came out of bounds, and being a gentleman, stood there and picked him back up. I still would have been laying there.
Second down and a yard for the Toros. Has all the earmarks of a run play. Yeah, the question is, where will the spot be? And it looks like it's not going to be far enough for a first down. No, they are going to give him credit for a first down.
A generous spot.
I think you're right. But back to Jesus Lopez. He was out here all throughout the half. All his teammates were back in the locker room, and he had the ball on a little holding device and was just booting it 45 yards out, 50 yards out, 55 yards out. And with each kick that cleared the uprights, you could see his body language show a lot more enthusiasm and excitement.
Oh, yeah.
Off left tackle, found a seam, and picks up about 6 yards.
Our linebackers need to start filling instead of waiting.
Adame on the carry.
The Torres High lineman down, and the training staff comes out to tend to him, and that'll send both teams over to their respective sidelines for discussions with the coaching staff.
And the Torres have come out firing right now the second half. They got a first down, got a good gain on this, and just need to build on that. Their offensive line really got some good push on that last run.
Indeed. Second down and 3 coming up. Ball on the 31-yard line.
It's number 62 on the Toros, and we do not have a number 62 on our sheet.
Hey, they need to fill. Tell Jaron don't get sucked in.
Teams coming back out onto the field. 21-0 McLane on top of Torres High from Madera. Second and 3 from the Toros' 37-yard line. Just about a minute and a half into the second half of play here. Glad you've joined us on CMAC. These games, a great learning experience and tremendous opportunity for students. Tonight it's the students from McLane High, their Art Venture Academy program. They're running cameras and handling some of the other responsibilities. Ball's on the ground, booted around, and it looks as though that's a Highlander who fell on it. And some of his teammates are heading off the field with their arms raised in triumph. And indeed, McLane High has the football.
And that looked like it was going to gain some yards for the Toros. They just lost the handle on the ball.
Well, Joe Marquez said coming in they could not afford to make mistakes. They've had a big interception that went for a pick six. They've had a couple of fumbles that have coughed the ball up and turned it over to the Highlanders. And team as good as McLane, you can't do that.
Yeah, if you're an even up with the other team and you turn it over 4 times, you're not going to win, except on very rare occasions. And the Toros cannot afford this at all.
So first and 10 for McLane at the Torres High 35-yard line. The sophomore Vernon Lacey, very impressive young player. On the reverse. That'll gain about 3 yards.
That was Harris, another talented sophomore for the Highlanders.
Harris, who caught the touchdown pass on the Highlanders' third score with 51 seconds left in the first half. Picks up a few yards there on the reverse.
Over in the CMAC conference, Dan, I still don't have a good fix on that. Right now, Sanger and Bullard are tied at 7 at Ratcliffe Stadium in the third quarter, and Garza leads Memorial 17-14 out at Collegian Stadium.
Lacey firing, has a man who's slipped behind the defenders into the end zone. Touchdown, Highlanders.
Initially, that looked like it may have been overthrown, and he just ran underneath it. I thought he was afraid he was going to go out of the end zone before the ball got there.
The result of the play is a touchdown. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Number 50 on the defense. That will be enforced on the kickoff.
Lopez on for the extra point. Ibarra to hold.
Okay, we had a roughing the passer penalty on the touchdown, so McLane will be kicking off from Torres territory.
Lopez to try the extra point, 27-0. And Fred, that play looked like those two have worked on that countless hours.
Timing was perfect.
Kick is up and good.
So at 8:59 of the third quarter of play here from McLane Stadium, the Highlanders now run their lead out to 28-0.
Till the Torres yet to score.
Well, 3 touchdown passes on the night for the young sophomore player Vern Lacey. That every one of them unique and every one of them impressive.
Right now, Dan, the Highlanders offense looks like they could score on almost any play.
And Jesus Lopez, who doesn't need to have the ball put at the opponent's 45-yard line to reach the end zone, is going to kick off. And what do you do here?
Okay, I would kick, one of those line drives low to the ground that you want to come down about the 10 or 15-yard line in this case, and then watch the fun begin. Or you just boot it out of the end zone. I was thinking, and I've done this several times, is if you put the ball on the tee oblong, if you put it down there, and you can kick soccer style, but you want to hit it head on, and when it comes down, it's like a knuckleball. And I don't know why we don't see more of that.
It's an interesting idea.
Well, we tried that over 40 years ago at Edison, and it really works out good. You can have all kinds of stuff happen, but you do have a lot of collisions, and so maybe I ought to shut up.
1st and 10 for the Toros from their own 20-yard line. Bad snap. Pichardo unable to handle it. Now he's looking to unload it. Pass is complete. And it's going to be
gain of 2 after all that.
Pichardo's pass is complete to Granados. Hakuite on the stop for McLane.
Let's take another look at that. Almost disastrous. The high snap. We've already seen that play earlier in the game. Turned into a nightmare for the Toros.
A lot of bad things could have happened.
Yes.
There we go. Good, Jeremiah.
Stopped at the line of scrimmage. And it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Guzman on the carry. Junior Ragosa on the stop for McLane. Get loud, Highlanders.
So the Toros need to get the ball out to the 31-yard line. 3rd and 8. 7:49 to go here in the third quarter. Homecoming night here at McLane Stadium. Pichardo firing, and there is nobody out there at all.
I mean, nobody. Yeah, there wasn't a Toro within 30 or 40 yards of that.
Brings up.
All I can think of was the cheerleaders were white, and maybe he was confused.
That's the best I could come up with.
Magdaleno on to punt for the Toros.
For the Highlanders.
Now the Toros are in that unenviable position again.
Well, the last time the Toros punted it away, it was run back for a touchdown, only to be negated by a penalty.
They got to keep it low. Not like that.
Fielded at the 43. Cuts back to the near side. He's at the 40. He's got blockers. He's at the 30, 20. And knocked out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. About the 13-yard line.
That's Juju Scott on the return.
Wow.
Well into Torres territory.
Juju Scott taking it all the way back to about the 14-yard line is where it will be spotted.
Highlander offense will start
It was a
from the 14.
big-time hold on the Toros there. It wasn't even on McLane on the return there. I don't know how that didn't get called. I'm surprised his jersey didn't get ripped off. I don't know if the Toros can even want to punt anymore.
So the Highlanders were just in this area not that long ago and scored. All of a sudden, 4 plays later, they're back here again. 1st and 10 from the 14. On the ground, down to about the 11, picks up a couple of yards. Demaria Simon, a correction. Demaria Banks, the ball carrier on that play.
Caden Warden on the stop for Torres.
6:40 remaining here in the third quarter. So at this point, with a 4-touchdown advantage, you make the clock your 12th man. Just let it run.
Well, the way things are going right now, it's probably going to be doing that in the fourth quarter anyway. And McLane's in a after this play, I'll get into this.
Lacey fires a bullet, hauled in. It's a touchdown. Touchdown number 5 for the Highlanders.
Touchdown, Highlanders! Vernon Lacey to Jen Scott.
And when you have a lead like this, there's really little McLane can do. You know, you don't have when you have 30 men. Everybody's going to play. You know, you can't empty the bench because you just don't have a bench to empty. You can't have these guys not playing hard. That pass that Lacey threw, that was just a bullet, too.
And the extra point good, and we are now at 35-0. So Lacey with his 4th touchdown pass of the night. And the Highlanders have really put this one away. 6-0 is just a few ticks of the clock off. 6:02 left here in the third quarter. And with this advantage, by the time we hit the fourth quarter, we'll be in running clock the rest of the way.
We seem to have a lot of games that are running clock.
Deep for the Toros. Lopez kicking off for McLane.
Some of these college games, and there'll be a few of them tomorrow, you'd like to see them playing with a running clock, too, with some of these one-sided body bag games the athletic directors put together for a payday.
Lopez with another kickoff down near the goal line, fielded at the 3. Out to the 20. And he's going to be ridden out of bounds at that point.
And with the Highlanders' speed and their coverage here, there's nowhere to go.
Forced out of bounds by
5:54 remaining here in the third quarter. 35-0 now. The Highlanders on top of Torres High. Been a long, long time, many, many years since McLane opened a season 6-0. And this has all the earmarks of being a very special season for McLane.
Toros will start.
And with the game with the Rough Riders next week also.
Oh, that's going to be a big one.
Yeah, riding high. And that's a good, tough football team. I think we're going to have that's definitely going to be the game of the year, and it determines whether who's going to be 10-0 and who's going to be 9-1 going into the playoffs.
First and 10 Torres from their own 21-yard line. Pichardo might have picked up a couple of yards.
Missed tackle by the Highlanders there in the backfield. That could have been a loss. He's able to get a couple of positive yards out of that. Keep the clock moving.
Ragosa and Harris combo for the tackle. Second down.
But you like Roosevelt. They're very, very much improved this year.
Oh, big time. And it's going to be a good test for the Highlanders and both of these teams. I mean, I wish the game was on a Friday night next week so we'd have a full crowd. I don't think this was anticipated when the schedule was made.
It'll be McLane's third Thursday night game.
And they're not real happy about it.
And that looks like it's going to be enough for a first down. Indeed. Signal goes to the crew over on the sidelines to make haste with the yard markers and get set up for a first down. Ball now at the Torres 39-yard line, or 34-yard line, I mean. 4:40 remaining here in the third quarter. 35-0 McLane. Ball's on the ground. Back picks it up, but he is going to lose yardage on that.
You know, for the most part, the Torres' offensive line, they're not doing a bad job. They're just getting overwhelmed when they have 7 or 8 guys coming, and then when you drop the football, it makes things even more difficult.
They've had some snap problems.
You expect this with a young team, but you don't want to make excuses.
And this one now rolls past Pichardo. A lot of heat on him. He throws the ball away.
You know, the last 3 of them, though, Pichardo's done a pretty good job being able to pick them up. He's had the good fortune of a decent bounce. They haven't went away from him.
Highlander Nation, get loud. It's third down.
I just threw that away.
3rd and 10, ball on the 34-yard line. Three receivers, top of your screen to Pichardo's left. Sends the back out in motion, throwing upfield. Intercepted! Ball's picked off at the 48-yard line. Down to the 40. Now he's hauled down by 2 Toros. And a big, big turnover. Another interception by the Highlanders, their 3rd of the night.
That was a good tackle by Adame, too.
His 2nd of the night.
I think that prevented another pick 6. Let's see this one again.
Brought down by Adame.
Well,
Your Highlanders take over from the Torres 39.
Quarterback did what young quarterbacks will do. If you're a defender and you followed his eyes, you knew right where that ball was going. He did not go through progressions, kept his gaze solely on the receiver that he was intending to hit.
And they certainly picked up on it.
So 3:24 remaining in the third quarter. Highlanders 1st and 10 now from their own 39-yard line. Quick out. Yardage awaits ahead of him, and he gets it across the 45, brought down at about the 44.
Demarie Banks on the run. Initially met Daniel Guzman. 2nd down.
So brings up 2nd and 5 for McLane. Ball now to the 34-yard line. 2:53 remaining in the third quarter. Highlanders up 35-0.
Toros just look real confused on defense right now.
He could be going all the way. In fact, he is in the end zone. 34-yard scamper as the Highlanders just continue to romp here.
Almost untouched.
That's Vernon Lacey.
Lacey with a quick out. Now that's Demarie Banks on the receiving end, totally untouched. Into the end zone, and it's now a 41-0 ball game.
Oh, when Banks caught that ball, it looked like it was shot out of a cannon.
So Vernon Lacey is a very impressive quarterback. One we will enjoy watching over the next couple of seasons. Lopez with the extra point, and now it's 42-0.
Lopez is good.
Oh, the Torres had good penetration. I thought they were almost going to get a block on that PAT.
It's your McLane Highlanders leading the Matilda Torres Toros.
Well, the one thing that the Matilda Torres Toros never wanted to see, turnovers.
And they've had, 5 of them tonight?
5 of them so far, yes.
Numerous.
And the Highlanders have converted them almost every time into a score.
And besides the turnovers, the fumbles, even the ones that Torres has recovered, and the bad snaps, the misery index is high.
So it's 42-0 McLane now, with 2:32 left in the third quarter. That ensures we will have a running clock for the fourth quarter. And it's taken out to about the 22-yard line.
And for more positive vibes, both teams are being able to work on the kickoff return team and kickoff team, so get some good game time experience.
All those players who are not starters on either side of the line are getting a lot of playing time tonight on special teams.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're really scraping for compliments tonight.
Yeah, the spirit is very, very high across the way on the McLane sideline. Cheerleaders, dancers, the band, all having a fun time tonight. It's homecoming here at McLane Stadium.
Well, Dan, probably 6 or 8 years ago, McLane didn't even have a band. They had for quite a while, and things are really rolling here on Cedar Avenue now.
Ooh, cuts to the outside. He's got plenty of running room. Pushed out of bounds at the 50.
It's going to be the biggest gain of the night for the Toros.
Jordan Guzman found a hole. Picked up 26 yards. Pushed out of bounds at the 50-yard line.
Jordan Guzman, the ball carrier, pushed out of bounds by Demetrius Simon. It's a Matilda Torres Toros first down.
And for the first time tonight, the Toros have the ball right at midfield. They've yet to enter Highlander territory.
Nose of the football on that white stripe that splits the two halves of this field. Chardo looking to throw. Complete. No, not complete.
Oh, come on now.
I'm curious about that. I did not see a penalty.
That was a hard hit, but that was a slobber knocker. That does not appear to be a dirty hit at all. Let's see this again.
Yeah, they're calling it a personal foul.
Call is personal foul levied against your McLane Highlander defense.
I'm not going to go for that one.
Personal foul. Illegal contact on the defense, number 3, 15 yards from the previous spot. That will result in a first down.
Yeah, the McLane coaching staff up here in the box is very unhappy with that call, and I can't say that I blame them. That was a good, tough football play, nothing dirty about it.
Well, the penalty marches the ball down to the McLane 35-yard line, deepest that Torres High has managed to penetrate thus far tonight. Pichardo. They're going to run the football, and they're going to lose some yardage there. Pushed all the way back to the 41, but I'm sure they will spot the football up more like the 37-yard line.
The Highlanders had some serious push on that. Really penetrated.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 35. And you know, one of the things that has to be a goal right now for the Highlanders is to keep that big goose egg on the Torres side of the scoreboard.
Yeah, McLane's had 3 shutouts so far this season. They'd love to have a 4th.
Tremendous pressure, and Pichardo can do nothing but throw the football away.
It's interesting, Dan, out at Buchanan, Clovis East had led Clovis West 21-7 early. The Golden Eagles have stormed back to take a 28-21 lead.
Sounds like a great game going on there.
However, sometimes Max Preps, their scores aren't real reliable. For the most part, yeah, but
occasionally you get one.
Yeah.
3rd and 10 from the 35. 42 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Pichardo has a man wide open down at the 26. I wonder, will the spot be
Pass is complete.
It's going to be close.
Indeed.
Harris on the tackle.
He's short.
And he's going to be a few inches short. Nose of the football at the 25-yard line. Let's take another look. He was met as soon as he caught that football.
Okay, you have the quarterback go right in front of the nastiest, beefiest offensive lineman you got at the start of the 4th quarter.
And that ends the 3rd quarter. So the two teams head to their respective sidelines for brief words before the start of the 4th quarter, and once the 4th quarter begins, that clock will not stop for the rest of this game.
For your very own McLane Highlander.
I see that San Joaquin Memorial has come back to lead Garza 28-24 out on the west side. Clovis is just handling Buchanan now 25-0 in the 4th quarter.
Tell me where the football is. All right, Robert, are we ready? All right, check it out.
Okay, we have a correction. Earlier we had Selma beating Emmanuel, and I didn't see how that could possibly be happening. That's corrected now. Emmanuel does lead 28-0.
So that confirms your point that occasionally scores get typed in incorrectly.
The Sanger Apaches have taken a 13-7 lead over the Knights of Bullard out at Ratcliffe. And Kerman is putting it to Central Valley Christian out at Kerman 32-14. Even though CVC's only won one game, they've had a crushing schedule. I thought that they might get well on Kerman tonight. Doesn't look like it's happening. Washington Union's come back to take a 21-20 lead against Kingsburg. Reedley now finding their groove over Hanford West 28-8. Mendota having no trouble with Tranquility. Sanger West shutting out Madera South out at Tom Flores 34-0. And Fireball leading Coalinga 14-9. Surprises me just a little bit. Redwood winning at Porterville 35-21. That'll be a wrap for right now.
Penalty flag on the field. Looks as though the Torres offense moved early.
Really don't want to do that on 4th and less than a yard.
Offsides on the offense, lined up in the neutral zone, number 56. 5 yards. Replay, 4th down.
Offside at the start of the 4th quarter. Levied against the Torres Toros.
Yeah, lining up in the neutral zone on the offense is, you don't see or hear that very often. Very preventable.
So now 4th and 15. Their correction is like 4th and 6. Scoreboard is a miss.
Highlanders are about to bring the house here. Yep, here they come.
Almost another interception. So 4th down, that ball's going to go turned over on downs.
Pichardo's pass is tipped by Ramirez. Turnover on downs. McLane Highlanders football.
So the Highlanders take over.
Yeah, the Torres really shot themselves in the foot on that penalty. You know, that just inches to go for a first down.
Highlander
And then
offense takes over from the 30.
add 5 yards on top of it, the incomplete pass, and give the Highlanders the ball back.
And they're just going to run the football, it appears. Banks following his blockers.
Banks on the run. Guzman brings him down.
Picks up about 8.
Second down.
Now let's make it 9, and it's going to be second down and a yard. Clock ticking down, 9 minutes remaining here in the game. 42-0 McLane. Pitch coming to the near side. First down and plenty. Picks up maybe 7, if not 8 on the play.
Banks on the carry.
You still have a lot of those Toros just really still going to the ball. They haven't given up on it yet.
Well, young men who enjoy playing the game of football. Doesn't matter what the score is. They love the game. They enjoy playing the game, and you're going to get 100% of them, no matter what the scoreboard may read.
Exactly. And, you know, that type of attitude, like, you know, this game's out of hand, but every play's another opportunity to get better.
So 1st and 10 from the McLane 47-yard line. Quick toss out.
Fumble.
Ball's on the ground. Was he down first, or is it a turnover?
Yeah,
it is indeed a turnover.
Yeah, he was still running. He wasn't close to being on the ground. That's the first major Highlander error of the night. Came at a pretty good time.
First turnover tonight by McLane. Comes in the 4th quarter. 7:30 left on the running clock. 42-0 Highlanders on top. As Pichardo, the young sophomore Torres quarterback, comes out on the field with the play from the sidelines. And they're at a point now where maybe the goal is to just get that goose egg off the scoreboard. Had their deepest drive on their last possession with a help from a 15-yard penalty. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more.
I think both teams are just, you know, want to play the game to end right now.
Nice work by our students on the cameras and other responsibilities here at McLane Stadium today. From Kevin Clifton's Venture Art program here at McLane. Students do tremendous work, and it's an outstanding program here in the Fresno Unified School District. 3 receivers to the near side, to the left of the quarterback, Pichardo. Give to the back, and he picks his way through, might have about 6 yards.
He fought his way through a couple of seams, get positive yardage.
Jordan Guzman,
the ball carrier.
Another sophomore in that backfield. So it brings up a 3rd down and 4.
Don't get quiet, Highlander Nation. Don't get quiet. It's 3rd down.
Seeing a lot of substitution on the Highlanders sideline now.
And they're not a particularly big, deep team, so. But it is certainly helpful when you can get a lot of players almost picked off into the mitts and out. Nick Ybarra almost had the opportunity to add his name to some of the big plays of the night.
Yeah, he had nothing but green in front of him.
That will bring up 4th down.
Even with 4th and 4, they're going to keep the offense out on the field and see what they can dig up.
Well, there's no point in punting.
4:50 left. Formation same as the last play. 3 receivers near side. Pichardo calling the signals. Fires it, and it's picked off. Intercepted by the Highlanders.
Sir.
Eric Bravo with the interception.
6th turnover of the night.
Eric Bravo with.
So the Highlanders with the football at the Torres 49-yard line. The clock at 4:10. And the scoreboard beneath the clock reading 42-0 McLane. 4:02, 4:01 between the end of this ball game and the opportunity to see the Highlanders go to 6-0 for the first time in many, many a year.
Yeah, when you mentioned there, some of those Highlander teams in the mid-'90s that Chuck Toasty coached, I think they were 6-0 at one point.
Keeping it on the ground. But he's picking up big yards. May have gotten all 10 yards to a first down.
Ibarra on the carry.
Indeed. Pushed it across the 40-yard line to the 39, and that's good enough for a McLane first down.
9, 2nd down.
Well, they did call him a foot short.
Yeah, they did.
I still don't see how.
Well, it wasn't for long, as we are now 3 minutes remaining in the game. First down and plenty more for the Highlanders, pushing it down to the 33-yard line, 34-yard line.
First down.
2:45 to play.
That running clock's moving slow. Free play.
Whistles bring the play to a stop.
Bravo on the run. Flag on the play.
.2:13 remaining in the game.
You know, Dan, our next game that we're televising here for CMAC is 2 weeks from tonight, where Sunnyside will be playing Fresno High. And
offsides on the defense, number 54, lined up in the neutral zone, 5 yards, first down.
Well, I'm going to propose to each coach that we play the entire game with a running clock. And I think that would keep it much closer and more exciting.
1:40 left to play in this one. Penley put the ball inside the 30. Highlanders keeping it on the ground, and they're going to get a couple of yards on that one. 1.5 left.
And McLane, they're just playing very basic football right now. They're not looking to run the score up. They're just looking to get everybody a chance to play a little bit and run this out.
Almost a minute now. 1:05 remaining in this one. Congratulations to the Highlander coaching staff. Over these past few years, they've done a tremendous job building this program, and to see them now go to 6-0, a tremendous accomplishment. 50 seconds left in the game. Homecoming, a very successful night for the hosts. Had a fun night across the way for the band, the cheerleaders, and the student body that came out in big numbers tonight. to see their Highlanders go to 6-0. 30 seconds left on the clock. Probably the final play of the night. And the run play will take it down to about the 16-yard line. 10 seconds on the clock. You hear the student body chanting the countdown. 5. And that is going to do it. The horn sounds. The game's over. The McLane Highlanders winners 42-0 over the Torres High School Toros, as the Highlanders move to 6-0 on the season.
And that's the ball game.
And Fred, what an impressive night it was in every single phase. Special teams, offense, defense, everybody combined to produce a very impressive victory.
Oh, McLane just looked so complete tonight, and it's like that game we had last week. Torres had a good game plan coming in, and Coach Marquez knew what it was going to take to have any chance to stay in this game. And after the first quarter, that was about as good as they could have hoped for. And McLane, they just have they got the talent, the speed, the athleticism. This is a very good football team. And that game next week against Roosevelt, looking forward to that.
That's going to be exciting. Our first chance to see the young man we've heard so much about this year, Vern Lacey, the sophomore quarterback for the Highlanders, and he put on a show. Tremendous talent and tremendous young man.
Oh, no doubt. It's fun to watch, and you just wonder what this young man's going to look like in 2 years. And this whole Highlander program just looks outstanding. Been fun to watch this over the last couple of years develop to what it's turned into now.
The culture that's been developed, the work in the weight room, the work out on the field, they've done an outstanding job. And 6-0 record, they're bearing the fruit of their labor. Well, 42-0 final here from McLane Stadium. That's going to wrap it up for us tonight. Glad you've joined us here on CMAC's high school football coverage. A couple of more games still coming up. We'll be back at you in 2 weeks, and we look forward to seeing you then. Congrats to the crew from McLane High School. Great job in the truck, everybody. And for you at home, thanks for joining us for high school football here on CMAC. We'll see you again in 2 weeks. Good night.